the Bigme, in the spirit of the Black Friday sale. They've let me know that they have a Black Friday sale as well. So if you want to check that out, there's an affiliate link to the Bigme as well. This might be, it is, I'm pretty sure, the least expensive way to get yourself a Kaleido free screen if you did want one right now. But they wanted me to show that there are some new updates to the Bigme software, because myself and other reviewers, one of the things we've criticized really has been the software. So let's go back out to home, which is a swipe up. And again, one thing I'd like to just see the little Android buttons there on the bottom as well. So the first thing is they now have a Notes Plus option. When you go into the Notes app, which is, where is it? Because I need to go, it's now on the home side here. So I go new, and I get two options. Now I get Notes, which was my previous one, and I get my Note Plus. Now let me just show you, there is not that much difference, whether they're planning on expanding this. But this is Notes, look. Notice there's a space here and a space here. Now apart from that, when I go into Notes Plus, you're going to see now there is a zoom, there's a lasso, there's a canvas choice and a layer choice. So all very welcome additions, absolutely. And there is also all of this stuff here as well, insert page, template, or you could do those two on the previous one as well. But there's also shapes, but they aren't like smart shapes. They are shapes that you sort of plomp down and then you can reshape to your heart's content. And arrows and things like that, different line styles. And there's a way to put in photos and a way to put in typed text as well. Although played with it all that much. Let's see how good it is. So what we're going to write, handwriting. I'm imagining it's going to be pretty similar because they're all using pretty similar handwriting recognition sort of appies to get that done. It works just fine, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. So that's cool. So there's now more options within their notes, essentially. But I'm not sure why there needs to be a whole separate Notes Plus there. Surely they could have just added those features to the Notes app. But hopefully there's going to be a very simple notebook, and then there's going to be a mega notebook in the future. I'd like to have seen pen tilt as well. There isn't that. It's welcome, but it isn't groundbreaking. They've also added a document translation feature, which seems really cool. So document translation here. I tried this and I managed to get this to be okay. I'm going to translate it into Spanish for you. Oh no, so that was, I'd uploaded that and it was downloaded into French. I open it with their reader, failed to open the path. So there we are, it's not worked all that well. Open it with Word, see if that works. That didn't work either. So no, clearly not super easy to use at this point. And also I tried to upload a PDF. You can do that. You can only do text and Word. And then I tried to upload a longer document, but it was like, I don't know, 100 pages or something like that. And it tried to charge me. So it was obviously like, something that they're expecting you to pay for if you want to use this for anything well. So here we go. Let's have a little look. Flottant en milieu de pression, floating mid-rim. Yeah, thinking about her, yeah. Good. Okay. So it seems to have worked. Just a random bit of text in English to translate, and it seems to have worked just fine. I'm just showing off some new features on the Bigme. They've added a clock screensaver. That was cool, but I couldn't find out where to change that. So I dug around at the settings. I'm not going to digging around again because it's got my phone number in it as well. But I couldn't find out where to change that, so there wasn't a lot of point in that. They've added, in the ChatGTP, they've added drawing prompts. So you can now ask it to draw what composition is. Okay, so it's like a whole, trying to make a whole long piece of writing. Should we do one now? Essay topic, somebody in the audience. Okay, so OCR in multiple languages, benefits. I'm going to put, that didn't work. And what should we ask it to do? We should ask it to, I'll talk about that in a moment, because that's a good question. I'm going to ask it to plan me a essay outlining the benefits of using optical character recognition in multiple languages on Eink tablets. And that'll do, won't it? Submit that, see what it comes up with. So this is just a ChatGTP integration. They've popped in here. There we go. It's done an outline. Now generate. So you can actually, I guess, change the outline first. Okay, good. Yeah. So what it's doing then is it's building me a outline first, and then it's building me based on those. Essentially, these are becoming the prompts for each of the different parts of the essay. And it's going to write that, and therefore I can cheat my teacher and everything like that. If somebody submits that to me, I know that they've had AI write that. I don't know what it is particularly. This is probably the numbered list thing. Like, students don't write like this naturally, not the young ones that I work with anyway. So, and then also now they can do images as well. So what should we do an image of? A student using, and then, okay, what I've got now, I've got a student using a tablet for study, and that's going to be the front page of my essay, Staedtler creation. That was my cat on a hot tin roof from earlier. It didn't look much like that. I got like the back of a cat and a random shape in the corner. I will wait patiently, don't you worry. And whilst I do that, why would I not buy this over the books? Well, you do look in the link. It is a good price right now. Absolutely. Seems to be quite large reductions from Bigme. I just think, well, I talked about books have issues with their software not always being thought through and perfect. There we are. So that's DALL-E, basically. That's a DALL-E integration. It's all just, buying credits from OpenAI. I bet they must be absolutely rolling it, frankly, because there are people who've just paid to be able to use it on the thing, and then also people who are paying to integrate it every single time they do one like this. But yeah, fine, you could make the images for your essay that you've asked AI to create quite easily. But I mean, this is just ChatGPT and DALL-E. It's not really Bigme thing that's happening there. But I don't know if you noticed there, to answer your question, HYFY 1970, that I don't know if you've noticed that I'm having trouble sort of knowing exactly where everything is. Sometimes, like, for instance, the translation, it took me 3 times to sort of put it into an appropriate app. It just isn't really thought through all the workflows. You can do it. This is a good device. It does it. The biggest one probably is the Book Super Refresh is better than the equivalent. They do have a auto clean, they call it. It's in here, auto clean in normal and fast modes, and it is good. It's absolutely fine. I'm not a massive fan of the pen. I also don't think that it stacks up in terms of its actual overall design compared to the Note Air 3C. I mean, it's fine, but it's just not. Yeah, it is a product which is £100 cheaper than the Note Air 3C. Which, nothing wrong with that. It's got 2 cameras on it. Note Air 3C does not have any, and incidentally, the battery life isn't better for not having as good refresh rate. I think that the Books is just ahead in terms of its software implementation, really, and it's ahead in terms of its actual overall sort of design. This is it's just a more solid, it's a more mature sort of design language. It's its own design language as well, is something I said about this, whereas this is very similar to a design language of another tablet, which we talked about earlier on. Oh yeah, sorry. Also, they've changed all the way the icons look, which is cool. And yeah, they do look better. I want to say one more thing about Bigme though before we stop, is they do have, I think, one of the most interesting projects going at the moment, which is the B251 project. I think, look out for this one. It's a very interesting thing. It's currently in Kickstarter. It's the world's first all-in-one PC with an Eink color display. So it's a 25.3 inch UHD resolution Eink screen. There's nothing like it available yet. There's nothing like it apart from this. I think the Dassault aren't far behind it in terms of having a color screen on the way. Paperwhite color. So they're both in this kind of like Kickstarter and Indiegogo phase. Now this reckons it's going to be delivered when? Estimated shipping January 2024, or the super early bird ones are going to be December 2023, so it's coming quite soon. There's a race to be the world's first. If that was the world's first color ink monitor, this Bigme is going to be the world's first integrated PC. Now, you don't have to buy the integrated PC. You can just buy the monitor with the Bigme 251. But I think essentially these two will be soon, and you'll be able to buy them, and they'll probably be acceptable. But I think what Books has shown us is really that Eink can look better than what these two are delivering. It's not bad. It isn't, don't get me wrong, this is not bad at all. That's on HD, so with scrolling you do want to stick in one of the fast modes. But the fast mode on the Note Air 3C and the Tab Ultra C looks better than it does on here. The contrast is better. Everything's better. And I've played about to try and get them to look similar. I've done a close comparison of these before. I go into Chrome over here and go to a similar place. But yeah, you will also find, if Bigme's for you, then please check them out via the check out their Black Friday discounts via the link in the description as well, please. That would be really, really helpful. Let's check we're in a similar-ish mode. So that's in HD, so I want this to be in fast, although balanced is the one that I live in mostly here. Now you can possibly see what I'm talking about. We're much smoother here on the Books. Got better contrast. Maybe it's easier for me to see side by side. And I just think this is giving me a more consistent, look throughout color Eink. It was great. A couple more things. So since English is not my first language, I think Bigme is better in this case. Principal use is note-taking and consult with notes planning. I'd like to access my files on PC without dollars per month. Well, the Bigme cloud I don't think is as seamless as the Books cloud is. Both of them, however, you can access your notes and things via other third-party apps like Google, etc. as well. That just takes a little bit of setting up, a little bit of patience to set them up, really. Yes, I think possibly the Books is going to be the place for you. And so I can't seem to get this one to look as good in all respects as the Books does. Don't get me wrong, it still looks good. Both of them look really, really good, but you can perhaps see if I sort of go across here, you see there's more ghosting from the previous thing here than there is here. And what this is actually doing is it's sort of cleaning up without having to do a full refresh. There's a refresh there for you. Where's the refresh one? So from the ball. Whereas the full refresh there, I hardly ever need to press it on here. It's almost always looking great. So yeah, I would stick with Books for that. It's not as seamless as it could be, but it is really good.